Welcome to Scrap and Rabbit. Hi, this is Christine. It's November, but it seems like we're in the middle of winter here at home. The snow just keeps coming when we should just be raking up leaves right now. But in the spirit of Christmas, I just finished making another Christmas mini album. This one is a bit of a different take on my tutorial for my Fold-out Folio mini album. And that was this one here. For those of you who already purchased the tutorial, I'm going to point out the changes I made in this album to give you a few other ideas when using the tutorial. I'll be posting this completed album in my Etsy shop eventually, but I'm not sure when I'll be able to do that. Our postal service is on strike, and they said it could go on into January. And since I can't guarantee delivery before Christmas, I decided to pull all of my physical items out of my shop for now. And once the strike is over, then I'll include a link to this album in this video. My tutorials and printables are still available in my Etsy shop though, since those are in electronic format. But enough of that, let's go through the album. This is the 5x7. It's actually a little bit wider or a little bit higher than 5 inches. I think it's about 5.5 inches. And in the tutorial, I have a waterfall on the front cover. In this one, I put the waterfall inside. And instead, I have this little elastic. It's actually a ribbon. And I put a piece of elastic underneath it. So I can just slide that off the album. And I embellished it with, it's like a little doily. And this is crocheted. And I've got some little flowers on there. And here's a little chain with a little charm here and a little bell on the end. So I'm going to remove this. And here's the cover. And most of the papers that I used were from a paper pad called Say Freeze, and it's the Christmas paper pad by Recollections. And I included a few of my printables in there. So this was from the paper pad. Now you've probably seen these albums before. I call them Fold-out Folio because they fold out and then each section has its own fold-outs as well. So here's the back. The back is just plain. And that opens like that. This section opens like that. This one opens like that. And this one opens here. And then each of these in turn open up into their own little mini album, and I matted each of the pages with the Christmas paper. But this is what I want to show you. For this one, instead of just matting the top page, I made a little pocket on this page, and I just slid some little tags in there. These were from my printables. So I've got a pocket up here, and then this is the paper from the collection. It's got some nice glitter on it. When I use this paper, the other thing I did different, in the tutorial I'm using cardstock to make these sections. Now because I had this beautiful Christmas paper and it's quite a thick paper, instead of using cardstock, I just use the paper to fold and create these covers. But because the paper is quite thick, it does have a tendency to crack when you fold it, especially if you're using a bone folder. So what I did is I used some ink to ink around the edges, and in the end these little cracks make it look kind of vintagey. So I kind of like the look in the end, and that's a time saver, because you don't have to create the pages and then mat on them unless you want to. I did put a picture, a card from the paper collection on here. And then when I open it, the same thing here. I made a pocket. This fold out opens like that. So this pocket also has some tags from my printables. And then here, a nice snowman from the paper collection. That opens to the right. And that opens like that. So you can make these albums for different themes, weddings, special birthdays, Christmas. There's more tags from my collection. No, those were actually from my printables. And then this last page, and of course you can use some of these pages just for journaling if you prefer. And I've got 2 more tags there. So it's kind of nice to make your albums different once in a while. So these are the pockets where the pullouts come at the top, and then the top and bottom pockets, they come out on the sides. And this is where I put my my waterfall, right in the middle inside the album. So that opens. I've got little magnets here, and then these are the waterfall pages. And also I included magnets on these in each of these albums, just to hold the top section closed. So that's my different take on my Fold-out Folio mini album. I will include a link to the tutorial in my Etsy shop if anyone's interested in it. Have a nice day and happy scrapping. Bye.